Good evening, Master Jingtsan, all Dharma masters, and all Lotus friends. Namo Amitofo. In tonight's Dharma sharing, Master Jueyue begins by sharing some encounters with life and death, destiny, and fate. I think this sharing, titled, Does Fate Decide Our Life and Death?, will help us ease our perspective on the subject. I will now begin with the Master's words. A common saying goes, life and death are decided by fate. Riches and honor come naturally. If life and death are predetermined from the moment of birth, how can we explain the miraculous cures achieved by doctors? If everything is predestined, who holds the reins of our destiny? What determines our life and death? If life and death were determined by fate, why is it that some destined to die young live long and healthy lives? We often assert that, driven by karmic force, no one acts freely. As between the power of karma and the Buddha, which one dictates life and death? As between self power and other power, which one is more potent in altering life and death? Karmic force dictates life and death. When I first decided to study medicine, I was motivated by an ideal to save lives and heal the wounded. Back then, I believed that doctors, with their exceptional medical skills, had the power to work wonders, turning the tide and altering the course of life and death. However, both medical literature and the harsh reality conveyed one undeniable fact to me. Doctors treat illnesses, but cannot alter destinies. In the biography of Huo To, I read about a particular medical case. A seriously ill man sought treatment from the legendary physician Huo To, who declined to treat him, saying, "Your illness is serious and requires abdominal surgery, but without treatment, you would still have 10 years left to live." The man could not bear the pain and pleaded for treatment. After Huo To performed the surgery, the man swiftly recovered. Yet, 10 years later, he passed away from the same disease. It dawned on me then that a doctor's ability to save a life hinges not on his medical proficiency, but the patient's unexpired lifespan. Even if Huoto were to return, he could not resurrect the dead once their life was over. Even if we are not sick, we could lose our lives suddenly under countless circumstances. People have passed away in their sleep, during meals, or even in the operating room where the patient has survived, but the surgeon died. Many entrust their lives to doctors, believing that with enough money for the best hospitals, the most advanced equipment, and the finest doctors, their lives are secure, no matter how severe their illness is. In reality, our life and death are not in the hands of doctors, nor determined by illness, but by fate. Even the most skilled doctor cannot control his own life and death. The death of Mr. Ni Haixie is a case in point and left a deep impression on me. He was regarded as a genius in modern times, highly skilled in the 5 Chinese arts of Taoist practices: traditional Chinese medicine, fortune telling, divination, and physiognomy. He was so adept in fortune telling that he could predict how much time his patients had to live. Despite being hailed as the last hope for cancer patients, he could not cure his own cancer and could not avoid the inevitable fate that awaited him. At one point, rumor had it that he might have used the fake death method to escape his fate. But the death of Ni Haixue was an irrefutable fact. In the face of death, all are equal. Even the most skilled doctors cannot alter this. There is a saying, every sip and bite is preordained, meaning that the hand one is dealt at birth determines what life has to offer us. Another saying goes, life and death are decided by fate. Wealth and honor are governed by heaven. Here, heaven symbolizes the law of nature. In a similar vein, karma and its forces are governed by the law of nature, the law of cause and effect. The so-called determined by fate actually means determined by our karma. Every bit of karma created through our action, speech, and thought shapes our destiny. In other words, we create our own fate.